Hey, g'day everybody, it's Matt here. How you going today? So, what are we going to carve today? We're going to work on this one here. You might remember a long time ago, I carved this one, which is pretty cool. And it's just a normal dust brush. And I think last time when I was carving this, I actually did that part when I was on the live and a little bit of this part. So we're just going to continue with it and see how that goes. Just got to see if I have got any sound coming through. Hopefully I have. Last time I had a bit of a problem with the sound. I'll just check my other phone. So, see what's happening. I'll just check. Oh, yeah, there I am. Okay, so, right, okay. So we're all go. That's awesome. Right, turn that other phone off. Okay, so I'm going to use, I use this stuff as well. This is pretty good stuff. This is sort of like rub and buff, kind of like, this one's called Gregorian Gold, and this one is, what is this one called? It's Bronze Age. So they're kind of like waxes that you can put onto wood. They're not really, what would you say? They're not really great at sort of staying on the wood. That one's been on for a while. You can sort of see a little bit of a shimmer there on the flame, but it's pretty good. Oh, hi, Julie E. How are you going? And if you see, hello to you too. Right, okay, so we're going to use those two on the flame. Okay, so I'm just drinking my coffee actually. So it's sorry, it's 7:15 in the morning here, which is it's quite early. But I wanted to sort of get this done because I've got other work to do today. So we're going to do that. Got a very squeaky chair. Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm going to set this up so you can see it a little bit better. Okay. All right. That's pretty cool. Put one over there. Maybe I'll go on a bit more of an angle. It's always hard getting sort of like camera sorted out. $10:48 in Arizona. Wow, I can never work out times in England. I mean, America and England. I think England's like 24 hours behind us because it's like that'll be. I'm taking that's on Monday. Over there, yeah, it's Tuesday morning here. So, right, okay. All that stuff. Okay, so we've got up to this part, and what I noticed when this is what is poplar, and it gets very fuzzy, so you've got to be very careful with it. Yep, it's Monday here. Yeah, so it's Tuesday here, Julie. But yeah, it'll be Monday in England, I guess, as well. Yeah, I think we're the first in the world to see the sun. So when the year 2000 came around, everyone came to New Zealand because they wanted to see the millennium and the first in the world. So that's what everyone came to New Zealand. It's not going to happen this year though. Everyone's sort of not traveling. Okay, so I'll move this over a tiny bit. Hi Claire, how are you going? All right. I was going to ask you, Claire, how is how's your chainsaw carving going? And how is the chainsaw going? I'm still looking at buying one. Right, okay, so I'm going to turn on the Dremel now, so you might get a bit of noise. Let me... Yeah, I'll tell you actually what I'm doing here is I'm actually undercutting the carving with this. It looks like a mushroom. Try and get it to focus. Kind of like a mushroom burr. And so when I go on it, I sort of like the mushroom, the head of it is sort of like going under the carving, so it defines it a little bit more. It's quite hard to see on the camera. Do that quickly. Well, okay. So Claire says, good thanks. The seasons have changed. Yeah, it's going into winter there, I guess. It's spring here in New Zealand, but yeah, it's getting colder. So not much chainsawing. Working on a dryad relief in oak. That's awesome. Yeah, sorry, I don't speak that language. Yeah. Okay, so that's cool. I bet you it gets cold where you are too, Claire, because you've got the French Alps quite close to you. All right. Okay, so I'm going to work on where those legs are now, and so I'm going to try and make it like that. So what I'll do first is I'll go in with sort of like a cutter burr. So it's like a small cutter burr like that, and so I'll do that first. Right. Ski season soon. Ooh. Is that why you moved there, Claire? I'm no good on skis. I tried it a couple of times. I ended up going down on one of those banana boat thingies. But I was alright. It was a long time ago. Sorry. Right. Okay, so I went in with a cutter burr and it was a little bit too fat, so I just found a smaller cutter burr. and then I'll go in with that. Oh, yeah, that sounds nice as well, Claire. Looking at this, I hope you've got a log fire. That would be nice. We've got a log fire here. We can see snow at it's about 60 k's away, the Southern Alps here. So we look at those out the window. All right, what am I doing? Think about this. Okay, so I've done, so you can see how furry this wood gets. I believe it's poplar. So it's hard to see it on this, but all the edges are coming out, and it's got that fur there. So don't worry about that just at the moment. So I trust this little Dremel diamond bird that I really love. So put that in. Right. Right, okay, so coming along there, I sort of want to try and, with those round birds, you can't quite get into those corners there, the right angle corners and all of that. So I'll go in with this tiny little bear and just tidy up that a little bit. So it's always refining it on the burrs. And this wood is so soft, diamond burrs are fine with it. Can't actually go too deep with this because I think the bristles must sort of go to about there. So I don't want to go too deep. Oh, g'day, Michael. How you going? just joining for a few minutes to say hello. Oh, hello to you too. Awesome. I'll just show. Oh yeah, I was going to say. For those who haven't seen it, check out that carving that I did in the week. So I made this skull out of skateboards. That's where all the colours are from, and each skateboard company has a different combination of colours. So that's why there's so many different colours in it, because it's all different brands of skateboards. Yeah, and it's Canadian maple. Well, it's actually quite hard to carve. There's all the grains going this way and this way. So you're always going to be like along here, you're always going to be carving into the end grain as well. Okay, put that over there. Oh, cool. Michael, what did you used to do? Carve out of skateboard wood? Right, okay. So I'm pretty happy with that. And what I do is I'll grab another one of those mushroom burrs. Well, I call them mushroom burrs. I think Mark from New Zealand, he called them mushroom burrs, and I figured that kind of looks like a mushroom, so that sounds like the thing to call it. So, and then I actually go in and I will go into the bottom of it and flatten it out, and you can actually do a little bit of an undercut there as well to make it stand out and tidy up the edges with it. Yeah, I haven't been on a skateboard either, Julie. I think I'd break some bones. Right. Okay, so this mushroom burr is also good for sort of defining these lines and all of that. So you just hold it like that and use that little edge there to make the lines. Okay, so we are up to this. Oh, hey Tish, how you going? Oh, I got all the painters along. All right, I have to convert you all into Dremel carvers. Okay, I finished. You know that Tish, you know the little pumpkin I did on your live carving? I put a little face on it. Look at that. How cool is that? Can't quite see it in this light. Right, yes. Hang on a second. We've got this cat that keeps on visiting us. So you might come and say hello. Right. Okay. Can you hear that? I'll just show you. We've got this cat. Hey, puss puss. Come here. It's very friendly. I don't know where he comes from though. Come here, puss puss. Checking out the carving, eh? It's quite a big cat. I'm not sure if you can see it, but his head's really big. Aren't you? Hey. We don't have any pets at the moment. That's what I was going to tell you. I can't remember if I told you, Claire, that the dog that we were fostering found a family to go to, so which was cool. Okay, so we've done this sort of like the legs and all of that. We'll tidy that up, but next I'm going to do these kind of scales, and they're really simple scales. Really, they're just an indentation. You see on this one, I went a bit. I just sort of like a different scales here. Just sort of like the diamonds. So it's kind of a different way to do it. And another way to do it, if your carving's getting a bit bigger, is do scales like that. But because this wood is like, this is black, I think this is Australian black wood. It's really hard, so it's nice and easy to do this, whereas this is real fuzzy and it's just hard to carve. Okay, so we'll do those little scales now. Right, okay. Let's have a look on the code. Yeah, Amelia found a nice home to go to. It's really nice, actually. And the new owner didn't mind her, because she had a knee operation as well. So she went to a great home. But we're taking a break from fostering dogs at the moment, because we've got to go up to do a bit of travelling up to North Island to see my mum. So we might actually get our own dog next year. I'm not sure. So that's a terrible flame. Just going to try and draw a flame in here. And yeah, so hi Marcus, how you going? Celtic Designs, nice. I'm not sure if you're new to the channel, Marcus, but I've done other designs as well, and I do sort of like carvings like this little guy here. And I'll just show you quickly. I do sort of like carvings like these in the table. Those are not Celtic, they are Pictish carvings. Okay, yeah, the Artist Haven, Trish from the Artist Haven. I'm thinking of cheating though in tracing a line drawing I have found on a box and then carving it out. I can't draw, so I've been creating a drawing on a computer. There's nothing cheating about that, I reckon. All of those ones that I just showed you, they were all off the computer. And this one here is, well, it's kind of like I drew it from a Viking crown, and I kind of drew this one, kind of copied it, but then changed the legs out, because I quite like that leg going up instead of down, which doesn't make any sense, but it's kind of like he's in a cave kind of getting out. He's a contortionist dragon. Okay. Yeah, so Pictish, look up Pictish. The good thing about Pictish carvings is you can just do them with one burr. I do them with that burr there, because all it is it's line drawings, and I've got some videos on it, so go and check those out, and I show you how to do them. Right, okay, so what am I going to do next? So I'm going to work on the flame next, and then we will hopefully I will put on some stain, and I will show you how to use the rub and buff. Right, okay, and we're going to do this flame. Right, drawing a flame. Okay. Maybe a little bit. How does that look? Looks all right. Rub and buff is awesome. Yeah, I haven't really used it much. I do a lot of, because on my jewelry, I use a lot of gold leaf, and I put a real strong varnish over it, because yeah, gold leaf is really good, but it's a bit fiddly, and also it's very fragile unless you put a very strong varnish over the top of it. That's what I find anyway. Right, what am I looking for? Right. Where's all my beers gone? Okay. So I made this beer holder, and these are my overflow from my beer holder. Okay, I think it must be in here somewhere. Okay, so I quite like these Caterpillar. Oh, here it is. This Caterpillar here from Dremel, and it's really good for getting real like fine lines. Oh, right, okay. Trish uses a lot of the metallic waxes on my furniture projects. Cool. Do you use that the kind of the paint, what is it called? Chalk paint? I use that a bit on my jewelry. It's really, really good. And you can sort of like knock it back a bit after you've put it on to expose other, or you can dry brush it on to expose the bottom layers of it. Sort of, if you can see, I used it on that little tiny boat, and I did an orange undercoat and then that blue over the top, and then scuffed it back a bit, and the orange comes out, so it kind of looks like rust. Yeah, the good thing about those chalk paints is they're kind of chalky. So when you, like, a lot of the modern paints are quite plasticky. So when you sand it, it's sort of like, it's like sanding chalk. So it's called chalk paint, I guess. I hope you guys can hear me okay today. Last week I had problems with the microphone. The only problem with this kind of channel is I can't really mute myself all the time with the Dremel. So here we go, we're turning it on again. Right. I'm going to try and actually. Oh, okay. Trish knows a lot about, from the Artist Haven, knows a lot about StreamYard, so everyone should go and check her channel out. It's very cool as well. And of course, Julie E's painting. They're both painters, and they do a lot of kind of pour painting, which is very cool. It's a lot faster than carving, a lot more colourful. And I really like, actually, what I really like about the pour painting is they always, a lot of the paintings end up looking like dragon skin, really beautiful dragon skin. I think they know what I mean there. Was this based on a brush found in the grave of a Viking cleaner? No, it would be cool though. No, I just made this one up. I just found a brush and I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to carve on that. For something to do, liquid gold leaf. Strong fumes, I haven't been experienced. I've never come across liquid gold leaf. So I'm taking it as gold leaf blended up into a liquid that dries. Very cool. Okay. Okay, so I'll try this camera a little bit closer. Just these. Right. Let's see if you can see a bit more detail. Okay, so the problem with this wood as it keeps on fuzzing up, as you can see there, but that's okay because once you sort of going into the finer burrs, that will disappear, and you can actually rub just a piece of sandpaper over the top, and that will get rid of that. But we want to define those lines a little bit more, so we can go in something like this, and we will define those lines a little bit more. Right. Okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of bits that are quite versatile, Marcus. Yeah, I find this one very good in like defining lines and all of those kind of things. You tend to sort of like, it depends all on like kind of what carvings you're doing, what burrs kind of work for you. So what might work for one person might not work for another, but you know, it's all good. It's all fun and games. Burrs aren't too expensive, especially the diamond burrs, so you can get kind of a lot of them, and then you can sort of like choose the ones you like and get maybe more of those ones. But yeah, I do like those kind of like ones like this, and they come in different sizes, so you can see like the little mushroom burrs, and they're really great for doing lines, especially like in these relief carvings. And I've found this one invaluable as well. This is a Dremel, I can't remember the number of it, but it's like a 2mm, just a diamond sphere. But it's actually less than 2mm. But I think it is just for marketing. They put 2mm instead of like 1.78 or whatever it is. Okay, I'm just gonna like take. So this is you can just use like hand sandpaper to take off this, but I'll just quickly just do it with a Dremel. So this is just a flat sander. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll probably go in with like maybe it's all like you know, I don't have like in my head exactly what I'm going to go in with. I tend to do a lot of trial and error, and I think when you're doing sort of like, if I was doing the same carving over and over again, I would just find a formula for doing it. But because I do just such different things, I kind of like jump from different burrs until I just find the right one. Ooh, I'm knocking the camera, sorry about that. There's Jim in the house. Oh, g'day Jim, how you going? Right. Okay. Right, okay. Hello, Luchapoti. Watching me, I'm going to be carving everything I own. What's the last? Yeah, get going. You could go wild, couldn't you? You could carve your rake, garden rakes, trowels. Anything made out of wood is not safe. Right, okay. So we're kind of almost getting there. It just really needs tidying up, doesn't it? It's looking pretty cool. Like I'd probably spend like ages tidying it up if I wasn't alive. But I tend to rush things when I'm doing it on video. But you know, it's all good. I'll just tidy it up a little bit more and then we can put some stain on it and see how that looks. Right, okay. So, what have we got going on here? Hello, Dancers with Aardvarks. I use rolling pins for turning. Claire at my local Wilkinson must wonder why I buy them 10 at a time. I take it a Wilkinson is like a department store or something like that. Alright, what was I doing? I kind of thought that bit there looked like an eye, so I thought I'd just make it into an eye. Let's carry on with that. I don't know if it will end up looking like an eye, but we'll see what it looks like. My son adores dragons. That's good. I'm 50 years old, I still adore dragons. Mark, you're 50 as Marcus, you're 50 as well. Yeah, it ain't so bad. I still feel like I'm 25. Well, my brain does. My body says other things sometimes. Right, okay, what am I doing now? Okay, so let's define these lines a little bit more. This is when I just keep on tutuing with it. I don't know if people use that word tutuing. Fiddling with it. Ah, cool, yeah. Walking sticks are quite popular. I might need one soon. Julie E. Yeah, been carving something cool in there. Cool. How was your volcano run, Matt? Yeah, it was good. I did about, I think it was about like a 15K run. I was training to do like a 18K run up in the North Island. I do quite a bit of running, just try and stay fit. Used to do crazy running when I was a little bit younger, big runs, but sort of like stick to smaller runs now. Well, it's a relative, really. Just gotta like take this cord out of the way. Sorry. Yeah, it's cool. Like Christchurch is where I live. Is I just live north of Christchurch, but Christchurch is a big extinct volcano, and in the middle of it is by the sea, and it's filled with water, so it's a harbour. You know. So, but it's a real beautiful place. It's quite barren. There's not many trees on it or anything like that. Just sort of like kind of like volcanic rock and scoria and all those kind of things. And yeah, so I used to do like real mental runs, like 80Ks and all of that kind of stuff. But I found like it wasn't my joints that got to me. lich bottle, but botty. I'm never sure how to say that. Sorry. But it's more the time aspect, you know. Running for like training runs were just so long that they'd eat into your day. Man. Anyway, this is a carving show, not a running channel. But yeah, no, it's fun. Like I like getting out. It's because it's like anything that you do. You find the zone, and sort of carving as well, and just hours go by, and it's all fun. Right. See you, Jim. Thanks for tuning in. Right, okay. So pretty much I'm going to call this done. I would spend longer on it, but I don't like these lives to go on for like hours and hours. So I'll just get rid of all the fluffy bits, and then I'll put some stain on, and then we'll put that paste on it. Okay. Okay, see you later, Dancers and Aardvarks. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so I will just adjust this a little bit. Going up. Right. Okay, so we're going to stain it with the same stain on that one. So you have another brush so you can brush that one off, you see. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. So I'll stain it first, and then hopefully it'll dry enough with that buffing stuff on. You can always stain it and then go back, and like if parts of it you don't like, you can always re-carve it. I'm going to put some paper towels. Actually, I think I need a few more paper towels. Last time I spilt this stuff. and stain on really, like this table is really absorbent, and it's really hard to sort of get it out once it's in there. Right. Okay, so this stain, I'm not sure if it's a worldwide stain. I think it is free wax. Okay, this one is Antique Mahogany. It's got a real nice kind of reddish kind of tone to it. Well, maybe it's not reddish, that red, but you'll see. Not good at describing colours. Right, okay. I'll just tip it into sort of like a jar that's a little bit more stable than this. Okay, so I'll just brush it on. I'll show you the colour on a piece of paper. That might work. It's kind of that colour. It's quite hard to see, isn't it? Right, anyway. So the idea is put it on, and then when it absorbs into the wood, it goes into all the little cracks and all of that kind of stuff. And then what we will do is we'll just sand it back a little bit. So when we sand it, we're going to be sanding the top, not into all the grooves. So like on that bit there, all the stain stays in. Actually, I'll do this bit as well. Give that a jazz up. So it's all the same colour. So quite unusual, this stuff, because it actually smells really, really sweet. I'll do this, even though I'm going to do it gold, because I want the background to be light. And on the sides, I'm going to eventually do this pattern here. And I'll just wait. I'll just do the front of it this time. Okay, I might just kind of try and dry it off a little bit. So this really absorbs into the wood. Like, if you went on a live, you'd probably just leave it. I'd probably actually take the top layer off, actually, because you don't want to absorb into the actual top too much, because then you need to sand it back a lot then. So have you ever made a coffee stain there? Do you mean like on a table with a cup? Or people do use coffee. I think that maybe what you're getting at is they do use coffee as a stain. Is that what you're getting at? And there's also another technique where you use a knife and you kind of cut into the wood. And so it's got a tiny little V there. This is like a really old method that they used to do, maybe in Viking days even. And then they would like rub like coffee or something into it, and then you'd get a stone, and then you'd crush it back down again, and you can get really intricate designs like that. Right, okay. Hopefully this works. I think it is. So the grit I've got is, what is that, 220 grit. So that's coming out pretty well. Pretty cool. It's just kind of like, it sort of transforms it, doesn't it? So it makes it look really cool. I like it because it kind of looks old, you know. I don't like really A lot of the time I don't really like modern kind of things. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, I love it too. So it does look, it's so cool. It just sort of like shows up all of a sudden. Yeah. And if you wanted to sort of like things to stick out a little bit more, just go and sort of like, it's sort of like looking a little bit dark there. So I'll just get my thumb and I'll concentrate on that little area there. Or what you could do is you could go in with your Dremel and say, let's put on a diamond bit. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm just sort of inventing this as I go along. But like, say if I wanted those little toenails to stick out a little bit more. Anyway, you kind of get the idea there. So you sort of like, you can go in the Dremel and take it back a little bit more, little fine details there. And let's have a go at this rub and buff stuff. So I think I will use the Gregorian gold. Actually, I've had this for quite a while. I don't know if it's any good still. I can't even open the can. All right, I think I will have to dig out the dried up stuff. Any tips on using this would be much appreciated. I know I look like I know what I'm doing, but most of the time I'm just making it up. Okay. This might be a bit too old. Feels like there's some. Don't normally use burrs like this. Okay, I'm sure there's some stuff in there. Makes a riveting video watching a man dig dried up paint out of a tube. There we go. I think I'm getting some action here. Okay, what am I supposed to do with this? Apply sparingly with finger. I've already started that. Or soft cloth. Buff gently when dry. To brush on thin with paint thinner. Alright, that's pretty cool. Gregorian. Who likes Gregorian charms? I was a big fan of like Clannad and Enya when I was younger. Start light, you can always add more. Okay. Just don't want it to go into it too much, just stay on the surface. I guess I can always go in with the Dremel and take out the stuff I don't want. So Tish from the Artist Haven and Julie E are very good with paint, so they know about these kind of things. I'm more of a carver. I actually did do painting a long time ago. I should show you my paintings one day. Use a cotton tip for painting. Okay. Right. Okay, this is how you don't apply it. Go to Trish, go and ask Tish how to apply this stuff. Actually, it looks quite cool though, you know. Now I'm applying it with my least nimble of fingers, my thumb. I'm doing it all wrong, aren't I? I think that looks pretty cool though. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. All right, those are all those. And just hang on a second. I'll just get something I need. Right, oops, sorry about that, guys. Right, I'm back. Right, smells kind of funky, this stuff. So what I would do is I'd probably let it dry and then buff it. But okay, well actually I might just leave it like that. I think that's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the edges on another date. And yeah, so that paste works really well. So that is the Gregorian Gold Robin Buff. So I think that's about it. So what I'm going to be carving this week, I think I might do how to carve a pumpkin. I have it. Where are my paintings? I've only got photos of them because I sold them all. Actually, I'll show you one, but you have to come on a little trip. Okay, I'll just take this off and we will go through the house and we'll have a look at one of my paintings. And I'll show you my father's paintings as well. They're pretty cool. We come from a very artistic family. My sister's just got into paintings and she's very good at it as well. I'll show you the photos another time, but I will show you the original. Okay, So hopefully this is still working okay. Oh, I've locked myself out. Not quite sure why I did that. Okay. Right. This is a house tour. Okay, so this is one of my father's paintings. So this is pretty cool. That's a watercolor that he did. And I did sort of like, this isn't sort of indicative of all my paintings, but I did this painting here. So it's very bad light, but it's quite textured on this part. And then I've painted a caravan. So this is like two-dimensional. It's not like I've just painted it so it looks like a block into the painting. Yeah. Shall I see if I can... I've got those paintings somewhere. Quite sure where they are. Always losing stuff. Oh yeah, maybe next time I'll show you something. Down there. No. Oh, that's some cords. Yeah, so I'll show you outside as well. Seeing as we're here. So this is what spring looks like. A little tour. And, so you can't really see it, but over that way is a lot of mountains and all of that. Maybe you can see it just right in the distance. And been planting some plants. There's lovely flowers here. Yeah. So this is the beach. Right, okay. Yeah, we live in a very small house. So next time I will show you the paintings. I'll organise those. So I'm going to sign off now. Hey, yeah, it is springtime. It's beautiful, beautiful time of year. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will... Oh, hang on a minute. I'll show you something weird. Okay, so I did these sculptures. So that's, I call them Blob Sculptures. That's one of them. They're made out of polystyrene. And I'll just move that hat. And there's that one there. And there's a little boat there that I made. Oh, it's no problem, Janice. I enjoy showing stuff, you know. Yeah, and my father made... So my father's a furniture maker, but he's retired now. And so he makes sort of like stuff just for fun now. And so that is butterfly. And those are little wall hangings. And those are from spalted wood. And he also made... This is how good he is. So he made this dining room table. And this is why I like medieval kind of furniture, because it's sort of made in a medieval kind of way. So you can sort of see the detail and the flowers and all that. So, and this is all carved with chisels, so no mechanical kind of workings there. And he also carved this wine cabinet here. So yeah, it's got little dogs as handles. So they used to have a dog, a Tibetan Spaniel, that looked like exactly like that. Well, not exactly like that. So, and that little painting there, that is my next door neighbour, and she paints as well. And it's really nice just to have... I find it really nice just to have paintings of things that people give to you and that are your friends and artists. So that's a... what do you call it? Embroidery. And that is from Julie, my wife's sister. That's right. I should know that. So that's actually one of my paintings from a long time ago. This is very small, so this is only this big. Actually, I have got one of my paintings here, another one. And so that's it there. It's very kind of unusual. And it's actually a copy. This was like one of my first paintings that I did to sort of like learn about shading and all of that kind of stuff. So, and this is the guy that actually taught me. And I just bought these, like, they're kind of like working drawings. And I really, unfortunately, he's passed away now. So I kind of like, even though it doesn't look like much to people, it means a lot to me because I knew what he was like and I knew his paintings as they finished. So, and I knew like these were the drawings that he used to come up with his ideas. So, yeah, I think you've just about seen all of my house now. So, right. And my mum, I've got to mention my mum as well. So she's a weaver, and so she'll make like it's like placemats and all of those kind of things. I'm trying to find something of hers. So I think we keep them, a lot of them in here. So she does a beautiful kind of placemats on her loom. So she'll carve things like that. Sorry, I've got my finger over there. So yeah, my family is very arty, and it's fun. It's a fun life, isn't it, being an artist? I find. Right, I better go. I keep on saying I'm going to go, so I will go and do the rest of my jobs today. And everybody out there, have a great day and do something creative today. Okay, bye bye.